Hello everyone, this is Blue Hunter Fan Racing, and this is the INORL Sony IndyCar Series. Today, we are at Brands Hatch, overseas in England, and we've got 42 drivers here today. But we got 3 new drivers in the Penske. Driving the number 3, we have Canadian Sean Angel, who runs in the Budweiser Retro Series, and we'll also see him in the Truck Series next time out for that series. In the 6, we have James Silverfox making his INORL debut. And in the 12, we have Noah Hart, who is also making his INORL debut today. Now, on to our starting lineup. Starting on the pole, we have Henry Sanford, the number 22 Z-Line Honda for Dreher and Ringgold Racing, and on his outside, it is Jasmine Acosta, 4-time winner in the Sony IndyCar Series. Row 2 has Chris Dollerton and Drake Bradley, who is last in points. Row number 3, Brian James and Taylor Acosta. Row 4 has the aforementioned James Silverfox and Dylan Young, and then round at the top 10 it is Charles Sanford and Ted Nowakowski. Getting ready to fire up the engines here. Pace car's heading in. And we're green. We're rocking at Brands Hatch. Great start by Henry Sanford. Don't know if Jasmine Acosta's gonna be able to slot in the second. No. Is Dollerton gonna make the move? Yes, he is. Jasmine Acosta will not be able to slot in the second. Here comes Chris Dollerton, and they are fighting for the second spot. I think I may have saw the yellow lights on. We may have a caution already. And the way Acosta's still fighting. I don't know. She might be able to hold him off, but I wouldn't expect it because Dollerton's got the advantage into the next 2 corners. And Dollerton will move into the second spot. And no, we're still green. Oh, we got a wreck! Finn Guy's around, and Jake Blicker just went hard in the tire wall, and his day is done. There's Ryan Acosta. This is not what he needed at all. Big rear end damage on that too. Oh man, that's a tough break for those guys. And leading us back to the stripe, it is Henry Sanford and James Silverfox. That was his first ever lap in the Sony IndyCar Series, and he moved up to 6 in the number 6. James Silverfox looking like he could be pretty strong here today. Let's go and take a look at what happened. Here's a look at what happened. Finn Guy, Colin Bartel, and Ryan Acosta all went free wide in this corner. Finn Guy gets into Bartel, slips across the front end of Acosta, and it's going to spin in front of Jake Blicker, and Blicker's going to get sandwiched into the tire wall, and that's going to be the end of Blicker's day. This is not what Jeffrey Finn Guy needed. And definitely not for Ryan Acosta. Jake Blicker, tough break for him. He was really looking to have a great race here today, although he started in the back. But he was looking at a great race. He's in one of the Ganassis. And you know, Ganassi actually could be off to a better start. I would note Tristan Wilhoy. He's probably showed the most speed out of all the Ganassis, but he was 30th at the end of the first lap here, so I've rambled on long enough. Let's get back to the green. We're going back to green, lap number 4 of 15, and you'll notice something looks different. That's because we had pit stops, and James Silverfox is now the leader. Second is Brian James, third is Dylan Young, fourth is Henry Sanford, fifth Chris Dallerton, sixth Drake Bradley, 7th Jasmine Acosta, 8th Inman J, 9th Taylor Acosta, and 10th is Charles Sanford, 11th Ted Nowakowski, 12th Eric Smith, 13th Skylar Johnson, 14th Fran Acosta, 15th Richard Johnson, 16th Felissa Kirby, then is Nick Nealman, Sean Angel, James Shelley, Hayden Klein, and Peachy London around at the top 20. When we get back to green here, James Silverfox is going to be able to lead a lap here. Pace car is in. And the green is back out, and James Silverfox will lead his first lap in Sony IndyCar Series competition. But not before Brian James dives underneath him. Oh, and Silverfox slides! Silverfox just went off the track! Oh, that's gotta be heartbreaking for Silverfox. He just led a lap and he goes wide and off the course. Oh, and we're another wreck up ahead. Oh, and cars are piling in, and Silverfox just slammed into Alyssa Kirby. Wow, wow. His day just went from good to bad, just like that. Up front, we got Brian James, and I cannot find Henry Sanford. There he is. But where's the points leader, Megan Atkin? There she is. Second points, Jean Sanford. She is also still on the track, but there's Silverfox. He is really dropping. That damage is affecting the 6. What a tough right for James Silverfox. This is the third race in a row that 6 car has been involved in a wreck. This 6 car has been involved in a wreck every race it's been in, but the first 2 was driven by Robert Pollard. But it doesn't look like Silverfox is going to be able to give that. But it looks like even if Silverfox in that car, that team's not going to be able to catch a break. And there goes Will Lewis. And one of the debutantes, Noah Hart, goes around. The only debutante that has not been involved in a wreck is Sean Angel, and the Canadian is up to 12th. We're about to see what he can do later today, and actually looks like he has a little damage on that car. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out the caution. Well, it eventually started with this. You see, of course, Brian James goes past James Silverfox for the lead, and Silverfox is going to go wide in Druid's Bend, goes off and into the tire walls. Tough break for him, and Henry Sanford, a pole sitter, got a little piece of that. And then somewhere, we're going to see some people get together. There we go, Nick Nealman. Nick Nealman is going to get a tap from Ted Nowakowski, and he's going to get turned into the wall. One of the KVM cars is collected, and Sean Angel did get a little damage from that. And there you see some of the cars getting some damage from that. Alyssa Kirby, she slammed into Nowakowski, got stuffed in the wall, and poor James Silverfox, nowhere to go. His day just went from good to bad, just like that. Well, let's get back to the green. We're going back to the green on lap number 7 of 15. Drivers out racers all at last incident are James Silverfox, Brian James. He had a mechanical failure. Eric Smith, Mary Shelley, Will Lewis, and Jake Blicker. Brian James was not involved. He was the leader, but he had a mechanical failure, so that's a real tough break for Brian James. Meanwhile, Dylan Young inherits the lead. Last in points, Drake Bradley is in second. Third is Inman J. He could use this run. Fourth is Charles Sanford. Fifth is Chris Dallerton. Sixth, Jasmine Acosta. Seventh, the pole sitter Henry Sanford. 8th, Skylar Johnson. 9th, Taylor Acosta. 10th is James Shelley. 11th is Sean Angel. 12th, Richard Johnson. 13th, Ted Nowakowski. 14th, Hayden Klein. 15 points leader Megan Atkins, and then it is Kyle Sinoski, Austin Ogo, Tony Blazer, Amy Shelley, and Daniel Smith round out the top 20. And the green is back out. Can Dylan Young hold off Drake Bradley? He needs to be able to hold him off coming out of Druid's Bend, which is this corner coming up right here. Oh, and here comes Bradley. It looks like they're gonna be side by. Looks like they'll be in a battle for the top spot here, unless Dylan Young can hold him off. And he comes off the next corner, and he holds him off there. Dylan Young keeps the lead. But we got another wreck, and it's second in points, Jean Sanford. This is that's a tough break for her. But this is not what I'm used to seeing out of Brands Hatch. We can normally go clean and green, but we're getting a lot of wrecks here today. But isn't that how you guys like it? And here's the Canadian Sean Angel in his first start, moving into the top 10. He's had a pretty clean day. He did get a little piece of that last incident, that last caution, and he is looking, it's not affecting him at all. He's looking really strong in that free. That car's got a pretty good history, so I wouldn't be surprised if he could win a race with that car. Dylan Young still holding on to the lead. Well, let's go and take a look at what happened to Jean Sanford, second in points. She's probably not going to come out second in points. She's had a miserable day. Druid's Bend, Jean Sanford goes high, and gets contact from Brian Acosta, who's racing side by side with his teammate, Alex DeMarco. Sanford goes off, spins, and Sam Young almost hits her, but does not. But seeing it was only a one-car spin, and nobody else was involved, I kind of question why the caution came out. But regardless, that's what that incident was, and we're going to be getting back to green. And Jeffrey Finkai doesn't have a rear wing. How is he driving like that? Anyway, let's get back to the green. We're going back to green on lap number 10 of 15. Drivers out of race was all last caution. There are no drivers out of race. Dylan Young is still the leader. Second is Drake Bradley. Third is Inman J. Fourth is Charles Sanford. Fifth, Chris Thornton. Sixth, Henry Sanford. Seventh, Jasmine Acosta. Eighth, Taylor Acosta. Ninth, Sean Angel. And 10th is James Shelley. 11th is Skylar Johnson. 12th, Richard Johnson. 13th, Ted Nowakowski. 14th, Kyle Sinoski. 15th, Megan Atkins, the points leader. 16th, Hayden Klein, Japan winner. 17th, Austin Ogo. 18th, Tony Blazer. 19th, Amy Shelley. And Luke Walker rounds out the top 20. How about Drake Bradley, though? He's having an awesome run, and he could actually have a shot at this win, but he's last in points. So if he wins, he could really use that. Pace car is in. Green's back out. Bradley did not get a good restart. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move on Dylan Young. Oh, and here comes Inman J for second. Inman J, he was pretty successful last season. He was consistent, but he didn't get a win. Inman J, as a result, is still looking for his first career win. Could he get it? Could he get it today? And Inman J, still looking for win number 1. Could he get it today? It looks like Drake Bradley, I don't know, but it looks like Drake Bradley's going to hold him off for second. And nope, I thought we were going to be able to get, but actually caution's not out for this, but there's an incident here. Second points, Jean Sanders involved in another wreck. Noah Hart's involved, and there's Alyssa Kirby's been wrecked. But no caution came out for that, surprisingly enough. And Charles Sanford is now challenging Inman J for that final podium spot. And Jasmine Acosta just got around Henry Sanford for the 6th position. And Sean Angel is now challenging Taylor Acosta for 8th. But he's not have a good line into this corner. And it looks like Acosta is going to hold him off. Taylor Acosta has 1 win to her name. That came at the Green Valley 540 track last season. Jasmine Acosta in the 11 here has 4 wins. I'd expect her to go to victory lane later this season. Dylan Young's, but meanwhile, Dylan Young is still at the front. Good to know we're being able to go clean and green here. Points leader Megan Atkins lost a spot there, but this is a quiet. The points leader Megan Atkins has had a quiet day. Nothing too incredible, but she's been she's running solidly, doing what she needs to do, running a very quiet race, not getting in any trouble, and running in a decent position. She is in the top 15, running in the 15th spot. And now Richard Johnson. Richard Johnson struggled his whole career, but he's having a rather good run here today, running in 12th. I don't think he's been off to a very good start this season. But then again, Richard Johnson has been miserable his whole career, but he's doing rather good today. Meanwhile, we got 4 laps to go. And wait, Dylan Young came down pit road, so Drake Bradley, last in points, led that lap. This race may come down to fuel strategy. So Drake Bradley inherits the lead. I've mentioned this a million times, but he is last in the point standing. He could really use this. Gonna see if Bradley's going to come in. And he is! A few other leaders are going to come in, and Inman J will inherit the lead now. 3 laps to go. I know he's going to want to hang on here, because Inman J has never won a race. He's driving one of the Hondas, but these He's driving one of the Hondas, and Honda has not done too well in this series. Well, didn't do too well last season with Maxwell Beatty and Richard Johnson. Johnson was miserable, but Maxwell Beatty was actually not that bad. So Inman J probably. So between Inman J and Will Lewis, I'd say Inman J probably got to the better end of the deal with the Honda team. Meanwhile, Taylor Costas made a move for third, and now Sean Angel challenging Henry Sanford for the 4th spot. And Richard Johnson has moved into the top 10. But I know Sean Angel is definitely going to be pretty happy with this run if he can keep it up. Nowakowski's in, and Inman J continues to stay out. Meanwhile, second place, Jasmine Acosta is in. 2 laps to go. Taking over second is going to be Taylor Acosta. So, Acosta loses that spot. Acosta takes it. So when Acosta loses second, and Acosta inherits it. Taylor Acosta has 1 win to her name. I know she would love win number 2. But you'll have to hope that Inman J has to come in, because he's got a 3.5 second lead. On board of Inman J. Well, is he going to come in? Or is he going to try and stretch it for his first career win? He's not going to make it. He's coming down pit road. And Taylor Costa will inherit the lead. And she will take the white flag. But the big thing here is that if Costa can't make it, then Sean Angel may be set for his first, maybe set to win on debut. The Canadian having an awesome debut. He's got some left side damage on that car. He got it in one of the earlier incidents. But he's doing really well. Damage not affecting him at all. And Richard Johnson, he's had he struggled all his career, but he can be set up for a really good run here today. Alex DeMarco hasn't been off to a very good start this season either. And Tristan Wilhoit, I've mentioned him as one of the best drivers over at the Ganassi team, so it's good to see him in the top 10, but will Acosta have to come down pit road, or will she take the win? On the final corner, she will not have to pit, and Taylor Acosta will take her second career win here at Brands Hatch. Second is Sean Angel in an awesome debut for the Canadian. Third is the pole sitter Henry Sanford. Fourth is Richard Johnson, a much deserved fourth for Johnson. Fifth is Kyle Sinoski, and there is the points leader Megan Atkins in sixth. She's looking really good for this to be a championship contender already. Seventh is Tony Blazer, the Retro Series champion. Eighth is Daniel Smith. Ninth is Alex DeMarco. And Tristan Wilhoit rounds out the top 10. Well, it was a pretty interesting race here in England, but next week, I don't remember which track we're going to next week, but be sure to stick around for round 3 of the Truck Series. Here comes the results and standings. You've been watching a production of the INORL Racing Uncontained. See you next time.